Hello everyone, welcome back to my second project for Kitaholic Kits using the May kit, and today's layout is brought to you by Weird Sun. I usually film in the afternoon, and just this time of the year the sun streams through my window in a very direct light, so I apologize for that. I'm working in Storyline Chapters insert today, and I am starting with just taking some Distress Oxides and colouring these little alphas that we got in the kit. So I'm trying to make them look a bit ombre. So I'm using Festive Berries, Worn Lipstick and Kitsch Flamingo to create a bit of an ombre effect from the R to the L. So my friend's name's Lucinda, my name's Renelia. It was about our day out. So you can see there I'm making it go across. However, I end up actually putting the letters on top of one another. And so I end up having to, on the page, try to change the ombre so that it goes down rather than sideways. Once that's done, I'm just letting that dry. Those particular alphas take these types of ink blending and inks very well, so that's really good. Now I've done my journaling, I've printed my photos, I've chosen this absolutely gorgeous paper, which I've now finished and I'm very sad about, and I'm going to print that out, sorry, not print it out, I'm going to cut that and put it into the Storyline Chapters insert. I've laid out my photos how I like them, and I just felt like 2 photos maybe needed just a bit more of a punchy border. So I'm just taking this from my scraps, and I'm just matting 2 photos on this very bright, pinky, almost ready matte paper. And yes, I'm choosing those 2. And I just think it creates a bit of a pop of that pinky color and adds a bit of contrast and something for your eye to land on. Now these stamps were everything. I love them. I've used them almost in every single project I have done on this layout for Kitaholic Kits and not for them. It's amazing. The lines are so crisp and clear. The flowers are so pretty. I just adore them. So what I'm doing is I'm taking those same colors that I used earlier, and I'm just sort of knowing where roughly my photos are. I'm just having these flowers peek out behind where my photos are. In areas where the background is quite light, so where I'm stamping now or on the white, I'm using the lightest of my Distress Oxide, which is Kitsch Flamingo. And then in areas where it's a bit darker, I'm going to start to bring in the Festive Berries and also the Worn Lipstick, just to make the stamping stand out a bit more and to overall make it look like it's the same as the stamping on the other side. Now, I don't necessarily want it to be too detailed and obvious. I kind of wanted it to look as though there's just something picking out, and when you focus on it more, then you sort of see, oh, it's beautiful flowers. So I didn't want to be too loud with it, which is why I think especially when I used the lighter pink, it worked out really well. And I'm just going to continue doing that. Can you see that crisp line that gives? It's just incredible, these stamps. I just love them. And I just think they took this layout from being just kind of like a normal layout that I would put in my Storyline Chapters to just something really extra. This is honestly one of my favorite layouts I have done in any of my Storyline Chapters inserts. And yeah, it just made me very happy. And for what it's worth, as I said before, that's Worn Lipstick, Kitsch Flamingo and Festive Berries, and those 3 colours match well with the pinks that came in the kit. If you want to pull those, if you have those, you want to pull them out of your stash yourself. Oh no, I dropped the stamp. Did you see that? It was terrible. I was so panicked about it, but luckily I can cover it up with this little die cut. But yeah, I was just like, no, because they were all so clean and clear and perfect, and then I was like squishing it. Oh well, it's fine. I cover it up and no one knows it's there except for everyone that watches this video. Now it's time to start sticking down my photos. I am happy with the layout, the placement, so I'm just going to start plonking them all down. And then I pulled out some die cuts. This month I was actually quite organized with my die cuts. I actually planned them out beforehand, and so it wasn't a question of me rifling through a whole load of all of the embellishments that we received. I knew exactly what I wanted to use and where I wanted to use it, which actually made the whole process so much quicker for me. And so, yeah, so I'm just using some of the vellum embellishments. I love those vellum embellishments, but you'd probably need to staple them on or use vellum tape. I use vellum tape. You can see it a little bit there, but actually not really. So I'm just making a few clusters here. The greens, that sort of army green goes quite well with the greens from the bush in the photos. The pinks match my hair and my friend's dress, and then there's this sort of darker maroon color, which again creates that contrast, which I really like. So yeah, once those are done, I'm going to take these enamel dots, just add some sprinkles and some interest. I put 2 pinks down for some reason, and I don't know why I did that, but I do change it later, because I shuffled between the mustard color, the pinks, the light blue, actually all of them, all the colors on there I used, because they all tied in well with the photos. Again, I said this during my last video, but I just think my photos really match well with this kit this particular month. And yes, that is partly because some of these photos are taken on the same day and I've used the same preset to edit them, but there you go. Sticking down that R and L, that has now dried mostly, I think. It was still a little bit wet, but that's fine. And as you can see, I didn't have space to put them next to each other. So now I'm going to staple them to make sure that they're secured very much in place, very properly. And then I'm going to go in with my little ink blending to try to make the top of the and symbol more dark and the bottom more light. Oh, also going to add the date because I never want to forget the date. And then I think this layout's done. Maybe I didn't do that ink blending on camera. No, I didn't. I must have done it afterwards. Sorry about that. You don't get to see it, but you'll see it in the photos. Bye everyone. I hope you enjoyed this rambly video and I'll see you all next time. Bye.